Now on Talking Solutions, want to welcome back into our studio Melissa Blynn, Executive Director of Create a Change Now.
Thank you for having me.
I love to shine a light on Create a Change Now. We were just talking about you in another interview on this same show.
That's fantastic.
I was talking with the Bee Grow Your Own Festival, which is also coming up next Saturday. They were saying, oh, Melissa, we work with her on the gardens for the schools. And they were raving about the numbers that you've got as far as how many gardens you've been able to place in those at-risk schools in the Clark County School District.
Correct.
What are your numbers nowadays for people who don't know?
Currently, to date, we're impacting over 18,669 kids, and our programming is in over 25 local at-risk elementary schools here in Las Vegas.
And it just keeps growing.
And it keeps growing.
Do you foresee a day at some point in the not-too-distant future, Melissa, when every school will have a garden?
It's definitely going in that direction. This year, Nevada legislature just approved a bill that there's over $400,000 worth of school funding that can be allocated for building new gardens as well as maintaining existing garden programs. It just got passed through the legislature this year, so absolutely, we're in that direction.
It's a great thing because it's such a concern with kids. I think we discussed this when you were with us last year, the problems with childhood obesity and kids not knowing what is really healthy for them to consume. Of course, I'm up on my soapbox right now, all about processed foods, and I don't want to be going through the fast food drive-thrus. I want everybody in my world to eat healthy because they're going to have a better quality of life.
Absolutely. Recent statistics actually just came out that currently 30.5% of children here in Clark County between the ages of 10 and 17 are already obese. So think about that. 10 to 17 is around when children start to hit middle school. So at that point, if over 30% are already classified as obese, our work needs to be done at the elementary level from a preventative standpoint. And that's why we do what we do.
I've almost gotten to the point recently, and I've had these discussions with people, I almost feel like the American population, to a large extent, is a victim of believing what they've been told about what's good to eat. If you don't think advertising works, watch all the commercials for the food we really don't need.
Absolutely. It's definitely an impact 100%. And obviously with our kids being in school at least 7 to 8 hours a day, that's the foundation of where healthy habits need to start, is in the schools. There's a wellness policy that really mandates nutrition education, physical activity. The school district is doing a fantastic job improving that year by year. I sit on the wellness committee for Clark County School District. We've got a really big mountain to climb, and we developed the first nutrition curriculum for the Clark County School District. We just did our first teacher training last weekend and this weekend to come. And we had over 55 educators that spent 15 hours learning our nutrition curriculum. And every single one of them said this was the best thing that they've ever attended. And it's inspired them to take personal responsibility for their health. So this is something that's a need significantly in Clark County, and we're just scratching the surface.
The kind of education that you're offering, Melissa, with Create a Change Now is exponential because just like you had those 55 educators, as you mentioned, learning and taking all those hours to get the nutrition knowledge, they're going to shoot that out to everyone around them. And it will, as you said, impact their own health and their way of doing things as far as their nutrition, but they're going to become spokespeople to everyone around them. I know that that's the way I live my life. I can't wait to suggest to someone, I can't make them change their ways, and I don't want to do that, but I want to make sure that they have the knowledge.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that's really important for us is our teachers want to feel better, they want to perform, and they just want help and they want the resources. And it is a ripple effect. If an average classroom size is 30 kids and you have 50 teachers in a room, do the math. That's 1,500 children that are going to be impacted with our curriculum in a short amount of time. And so it's only going to continue to grow. So it is a ripple effect, 100%.
And we all know how kids are. When they go home to the parents, they're going to tell them how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
So it explodes even more from that point. We're going to just have a healthier community thanks to all the work with Create a Change Now.
That's the hope.
Melissa Blynn is the executive director. We are talking about a fundraising event. Now, I got to wonder, these days, Clark County School District has been all over the news about, we got to cut the budget, we have a shortfall. The kind of stuff that you do with Create a Change Now, does it have a lot of cost to the school, or is it something that is revenue neutral?
That's a great question. Year one of our programming is roughly around a $10,000 cost. That Create a Change Now does 100% fundraising for or grant writing for. So we completely raise all of the funding. There's zero responsibility on the school. After year one, the only cost that the school will absorb will be the maintenance of their school garden and making sure that their school garden is fully flourishing and it gets everything that it needs. Everything else, Create a Change Now fully supports and funds after year one. We absorb everything. So again, for us, we wanted to make sure that the model that we built was a sustainable model, meaning that after 2-3 years of our programming in a school, the administration as well as the teachers are continuing to utilize our programming at zero cost, but still a large impact. And we've been able to do just that.
I think it would be a huge impact. Yeah. How many years has it been since the beginning of Create a Change Now?
Create a Change Now was founded in 2010 by the founder, Candace Knobloch, but we really actually didn't start digging our feet in the sand in the Clark County School District until 2014. There was 2 school gardens that were built prior to that, but around our programming, we really didn't start doing our work until 2014. So if you look at the model from 2014 to 2017 now, we've been around for a good solid 3 years in the Clark County School District and now impacting, like I said, 18,669 kids. It's a huge impact. We're extremely grateful.
You guys are moving right along. That's exciting.
Absolutely.
Well, Melissa, when they were talking glowing words about you with the people from the Grow Your Own Festival here a while ago, they were saying Clark County School District is ahead of everybody else as far as the number of school gardens that are now actually in place.
Yeah, absolutely. Vegas is definitely on the map for sure in the school garden movement. One of the most important things, though, that we as an organization have focused on is that our programming is not just about the garden. The garden is the hub of our programming, but it's what you do around that garden is where it's going to make the lifelong changes. So you've got to have the solid programming that surround the garden to make sure it's sustainable and really makes a big impact around nutrition education. That's what we've really focused on over the years, again, is making sure what we bring to this school is supporting the Clark County School District, supporting the wellness policy, and more importantly, supporting our administration and teachers because they need the resources. So that's what we do. It's important.
Well, speaking of supporting, Create a Change Now is a charity.
Yep.
You do all these wonderful things for the schools. You bring all this knowledge into the schools for the kids, for the teachers, for the administrators. You need some supporting, and I really think that's why we've got you in here today, because there's a big event coming up next Saturday at one of my favorite places, Panevino, Edible Education.
That is correct. Edible Education, this is our 3rd year that we have hosted the event, and it just gets larger and larger every single year. And this year we're extremely excited and honored to have Carolyn Goodman attend as a guest speaker, and she's going to be giving Create a Change Now a proclamation for all of the hard work that we've done and really supporting us in making Vegas a healthier place to live. We're really excited, and most people don't know this, but October nationwide, it's the Farm to School Movement Month. So across the whole United States is when there's a lot of events, a lot of a buzz around the Farm to School movement. That's why we do it in October, to support the Farm to School movement and continue to bring awareness. And we need local help. This is a local grassroots organization. We look for local businesses that align with our values in reference to health and wellness, and they believe in what we're doing. That's really important to us.
Melissa Blynn is Executive Director of Create a Change Now, the charity. Do you target a company and say, we really need that? Or is it that they hear about you and they go, we'd like to be involved? Or is it some combination of both?
You know what, I have to say, I'm very fortunate. It's more of companies approaching us. We've just developed a really great relationship within the community. And because of that, we have community partners reaching out to us and they want to do the work with us. So for example, the City of Las Vegas has been our community partner for over 2.5 years. And thanks to them, actually, last year, Create a Change Now and the City of Las Vegas, we applied for the 2017 Childhood Obesity Prevention Grant over 72 other cities nationwide, and we won.
Yes!
We won. So we won, which is fantastic. And MGM is another community partner. They heard really astonishing things about us, and we work really closely with the philanthropy department at MGM because they've heard a lot of great things about what we're doing. So it's more so that people hear about us, and then I just go and meet them and shine my magic.
You smile, you go, hey, we would love to partner with you.
Absolutely.
the event that's coming up October 7th, next Saturday at Panevino. I want to invite some of the people listening today to get involved and be part of edible education. You mentioned that Mayor Carolyn Goodman will be there from the city of Las Vegas giving a proclamation, but there's a lot more to it.
We do have general admission tickets still available. It is at Panevino. Again, the premise behind it is grow with us. And we always have a guest speaker. This year we have Dr. Evan Allen. He is the only certified obesity prevention doctor in the state of Nevada, and he will be doing a presentation on obesity prevention and awareness for our guests. We have entertainment from Vanessa Chamberlain. We have a silent auction. We have a lot of amazing things. It's a plant-based meal, 4 courses, wine. It's just divine. It's fun. It's an awareness, and it just engages the community on why we need their help and what we're doing. It truly takes a community to make a positive impact. That's what this dinner is all about. Be a part of the solution.
It sounds like a great time. I'm going to make sure all the links and everything are on the Talking Solutions Facebook page so you can find out all the details. Get yourself lined up with tickets for the event itself, Saturday, October 7th, which is next Saturday. You know, really, there are so many things that we can do to improve the life of our kids in Southern Nevada. This, to me, is one of the most critical because I'm a firm believer food is medicine, and I want to make sure that I'm doing the right food for quality of life. That's what it's all about. It's keeping yourself away from life-threatening illnesses like type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a menace, and we can prevent that.
Absolutely.
We can stop it. We can turn it around in those pre-diabetes stages, helping kids with the nutrition knowledge so that they make good choices, showing them how easy and fun it is to have a garden at their fingertips.
Absolutely. I mean, again, like I said, if over 30% of children from the ages of 10 to 17 are already classified as obese right here in Clark County, that's an epidemic. I mean, that is alarming numbers. So as you can see, the work that we do at the elementary level is vital. In order to decrease that 30% at 10 years old, we have to do what we're doing. There's no question about it. The work needs to be done. And in order for the work to continue what we're doing with Create a Change, we need community partners. We need people to sit on our board that are advocates for us and believe in the work and support us to grow, because that is the only way that change is going to happen. Period.
Good point for me to ask the question that we always ask Melissa Blynn in Talking Solutions, and that is, what can we do to help you?
The biggest thing I would say is go to our website, look at what we're doing. We have tons of calendar events. Next month, we have over 13 chef demonstrations in our schools, planting days. There's so many activities that are going on in our schools, and we always obviously can use volunteer help. I always say start off there. Come and volunteer. See what we're about. And if it resonates with you, then who knows? The sky's the limit. For as little as $19 a month, you can sponsor 7 kids right here in Clark County. $19 is nothing. I mean, it's 2 meals out maybe 1, depending on the individual. And for our businesses that believe in health and wellness within their core culture of their business, those are who we want to align with, 100%. Southwest Medical is one of our top sponsors. Urban Seed Foundation is a new one that's on board with us. 103 Yoga. We have so many amazing sponsors from the business community, and the reason why that is because health and wellness is their top values in their culture for their business, and so therefore they want to help the community because they align.
It's a perfect fit.
Absolutely.
Melissa, is there anything I'm forgetting?
No, it's a lot of work. I've been with Create a Change since 2012, and sometimes it's so surreal to see how fast it's grown. I just know there's so much more that needs to be done, obviously, with our world going from face-to-face to now digital. I'm now having meetings with companies and businesses on, okay, well, how do I take our programming and bring it digital? It just doesn't stop, you know? It's a lot of work. So people that have skill sets and can bring different opinions and people that sit on our board to continue to be the change is really important for me, for the legacy of this organization.
The organization is Create a Change Now. So many things you guys are doing, and to help support this cause, which directly benefits our kids. You can get involved with Edible Education, which is coming up next Saturday at Panevino, and all the information, links, and everything will be on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with a podcast of our discussion today. Melissa Blynn, Executive Director of Create a Change Now, thank you so much for joining us again for Talking Solutions.
Thanks, Terry.
Talking Solutions is a production of the Community Relations Department here at Beasley Media Group Las Vegas. Get more information on today's topic on our Talking Solutions page on Facebook, where you will also find links and a podcast of today's show. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.